Welcome to the Pmbc meeting of August 12th. We have a number of issues to go over tonight. First of all, I want to welcome Tamerlan as our new committee member. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
And I also want to acknowledge Nina Nazarian for her service to the community and to the committee and all of our projects. Friday was her last day with the town.
Where's she going, Steve?
Don't know, but not part of this conversation. Thanks anyway. I'll connect later. I actually have a fairly. I'd like to wrap this up by 6 o'clock. I have something to do at 6, so we'll try to get through the items that require votes at any rate. So we have the warrant tonight. It's fairly lengthy. I sent this out to everyone in advance. Cabot Riskus Strategies, $11,240 for the builder's risk binder for the library project. We have Commodore Builders, $6,860. That was their last pre-construction services invoice for May. Green International, they did a independent peer review for us for the library, $5,220. Johnson & Roberts for their design work for the month of March, $17,840. Johnson & Roberts design activities for May, $7,946. Johnson & Roberts invoice for design activities in June, $16,950.50. Johnson & Roberts July invoice for design activities, $20,949.60. And Littleton Electric, $1,217.93 for a temporary electric hookup to the contractor's trailer for the library, for a grand total of $88,224.03. So we have to do a roll call vote. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve. Brian Pasquale.
Mike Scaduto, second.
All in favor?
Brian Pasquale, yes.
Mike Scaduto, yes.
Steve Moore, yes.
Tamerlan Rasius, yes.
Motion carries. Thanks very much. We have the next item is to approve the minutes of the July 22nd meeting as amended, and then as again corrected by Marilyn this afternoon with the spelling of Brian Ford's last name. I had inadvertently misspelled that. So do we have a motion to approve the minutes of July 22nd?
Mike Scaduto, I motion to approve the meeting minutes.
I'll second that, Brian Pasquale.
All in favor?
Mike
Aye.
Scaduto, aye.
Oh, sorry. Tamerlan Rasius, aye.
Brian Pasquale, aye.
Steve Moore, aye. Great. The Houghton building update, all work is complete. It was, the painter did an outstanding job. He actually did some work above his scope to repair some damaged plaster, which he didn't charge us for. So I had good reports from both Carolyn and Rich on that. Police station update, Brian, I know you have quite a bit to tell us about that.
Sure. Yeah, today was a big day where we had our general contractor / masonry bid opening today. We currently we got our bids, and they'll be putting under. We'll be doing the reference checks between myself and CBI. The current low bidder right now is the waterproofing company. They're based out of Boston, Mass. And that actually coupled with the low roofing bid who had restricted themselves to them, which was Greenwood Industries. I believe that they're actually coupled together. Their low base bid was for $292,400. And when we had in the specs, we had for $300,000 as our estimate in the specs. So currently right now, our base bid is within budget. We'll be doing our reference checks and we'll be looking to make a recommendation to award by the end of the week. At that point, I'll leave it up to PMBC, but we'd be probably looking to make an action on that as soon as possible so that we can get the contractor on site and begin work, so that we're not incurring the same problems that led to this in the first place. We'll also discuss with Steve about the add alternates and the window scope, and what we believe what that's going to be in the event we want to go back to town for some additional funds to do the remaining of that scope.
Right. So what the ramifications of that, what excuse me, Brian just reported, in order to act on a recommendation from Vertex, we'd probably need to have a special meeting next Wednesday, if everyone's available and amenable. Does that work for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve,
I might be late. Sorry. My daughter has a orthodontist appointment at 4:50, so I don't know how long it's going to be.
Okay. Well,
Just so that you know.
hopefully we can get one of the other members in the forum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian, I looked at the bid breakdown quickly. Is waterproofing company still low if you take the alternates, or I think their alternate pricing was a little higher, right?
Take one quick look at it here.
7,000 or 6,700 higher.
If we took both alternates, they would be second. If we took the first alternate, they would also be second. So the Folin waterproofing would be the low bid had we take an alternate or both alternates. So we'll also be doing, I'll probably do some quick reference checks on them and just for our due diligence, and then make the recommendation to award based upon what the budget is now.
Brian, do you happen to know who signed the bid from the waterproofing company? Is it, or I don't know.
Leonard.
I actually I received that link a little while ago from Project Dog. I can pull it up and I'll email it to you.
All right. I was just curious. I've worked with them in the past, but it hasn't been for 3 or 4 years, and they seemed good back then. I just don't know if anything much has changed.
And that the waterproofing company, you mean?
Yep.
Yep.
That's the same PM.
Is it Charlie Ford?
Worked with Leonard before. Leonard James.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So
Anything else on the police station?
not at this point, no.
Okay. I skipped over library. How did I do that?
You did. That's okay. Just to quick start, you mentioned the invoice from Littleton Light. Can you forward that to me just so I can enter it into the budget? We had a pretty substantial light item in there for utility back charges, and I know that was a win for us from the team in order to get some donations from the local municipality. So
Littleton Light Board voted to give us a break on a substantial portion of that work.
Yep.
Much appreciated. I will do that.
I think we only end up paying for the pole. Is what it, and some of the wire as well.
Yep.
Okay. But to give a quick update on the library, we've been ongoing with compaction of materials for the side of the parking lot, the far side of the construction, as well as the subsurface for our footings. We currently have our delivery of rebar, and we've been forming our footings for our concrete pour that will be on Friday. We've gone over our pre-construction concrete pour, so all of our safety, manufacturing, and logistics is all taken care of, as well as a route for the concrete trucks. I know. Thank you, Steve, for talking with the school about getting the trucks in and out. And I think I'm going to be on site on Friday as well, just to make sure that's being enforced. Ongoing, we have some structural steel submittals that have been coming in. And we hope to have those all approved in the next couple of weeks so that steel can be here once we get our concrete walls up and formed. And we're currently working through some of the unforeseen conditions that we had found underneath the original, the existing parking lot, which was some old drainage structures that we're actually going to accommodate into some of our infiltration systems. So a couple changes from unforeseen conditions, but all in all, things are going well with the library.
And it looks like a great big sand pit out there. I'm just amazed.
Big sand dune. Yep.
Yeah, it's all sand. Okay, thanks, Brian.
You're welcome.
DPW roof update. I got a kind of a cryptic email from Chris Stoddard. Said that they're finally moving forward, so I'm not quite sure what that means, but it sounds like good news. One thing that I left off the agenda, I guess because of my my wanting to get everything on one page, other items and member input. So I think Joe has something he wants to present.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve. Just wanted to give everyone an update. There's a couple quick, or they'll have to be quick, because we have available CARES Act funding that will expire December 30th of this year. That allows under CARES funding some capital projects, but they have to be minor and they have to be specifically to address COVID-related issues, such as providing separation between employees or employees in the public. When we had the Space Needs Project, there was a recommendation of having service counters from the hallway to land use, building, conservation planning, as well as the town clerk, tax collectors areas. In trying to take advantage of the funding that's available, up to $150,000, I'm working with Cheryl as well as Ed Mullen just to pull together sort of a concept. So if you are going to be having another meeting next week, or even for the 26th, because it would fall after the Board of Selectmen's August 24th meeting, would like to sort of review things with a little bit more detail to get your input as far as how we can proceed. Because it's a alteration to 37 Shattuck, of course, then it falls underneath the purview of PMBC as well. Ed had put together a quick sketch, sort of showing what it could look like for his space. So we're trying to pull together some information to sort of show the board feasibility as far as whether we can get this done in the remaining part of the year, which is extremely tight to get something done by December 30th. And that's including construction. It's absolutely going to be tight. So just wanted to bring it to your attention so that at least can look forward to things coming in for the next meeting.
So Joe, just a quick question. Does construction just need to be completed, or do we have to have paid for the construction?
It just has to be complete.
Okay.
This is something that we basically apply for and receive the funding, and then have to provide the documentation.
Okay.
That then we've met the requirements of the grant. So working with Cheryl to identify what's going to be needed to get approval, and that's going to then dictate as far as what amount of work needs to be done over the next couple of weeks to start to pull together what would be an application. There's still a lot of unknowns, so we're really trying to act pretty quickly to identify what would be required for applying for those funds.
Okay. So if you can give us that information by, say, next Wednesday, that would be helpful.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then we could vote on that. That would obviously be a design build type of delivery method. So I guess more to come.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt as well, Joe, and then I'll jump off. But would that also apply to any funds or costs that projects that are incurring right now? For example, in the library, we do have budgeted items or an allowance for COVID-19 related costs. And, according to their last application for payment, we've already spent about $5,000 for equipment in order to comply with safety COVID regulations.
Okay.
I don't know if that would have anything for it. I do have the breakdown of what they've purchased and what we've used it for. But I know in a project like is that with an allowance, we're looking for any kind of money that we can.
Yeah. Probably the best thing is maybe to itemize those, and then let's arrange a call with Cheryl.
I have them, so yeah.
She will be in town hall tomorrow. She's out on Friday on vacation day. But even if it's not tomorrow, we can arrange something Monday or Tuesday next week.
Sure.
Right.
Joe, along those same lines, not to pile on here to this pile of money, but I know the school has been buying higher efficiency filter media for the air handling units. I don't know if that would fall under that grant as well, possibly.
So there's expenditures, and we've been working with Steve Mark as well, that if they're specifically COVID related, that we are able to sort of aggregate those all together to have them covered by CARES. So something specific like that. I don't know if I should just reach out to Steve directly to see if this is something that he's applying towards that, or something that just is maybe missing because some form of filter is needed, but then maybe because of COVID we have to go to a higher spec or a different spec for that filter.
Yeah, it would be COVID related, and it's if Steve's already aware of it, maybe he's already compiling it. And
yeah, there's a lot of things we've gotten: dividers, plexiglass, cleaning supplies, the foggers for cleaning. There's a lot of things that Cheryl as well as Steve Fire have been coordinating for purchases for both the town and the school.
Yeah, Brian and I both had a little chat with Steve today on something that he was looking at as far as COVID related, but it didn't seem to be as efficient as he was hoping it would be. Okay. Any member input? Tamerlan?
No, I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay, Mike.
I'm good. Thank you.
Brian?
I'm all set as well. Thank you.
Mark, do you have anything to add?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Brian, anything?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, well, thanks for your time and appreciate your participation. Meeting adjourned. Have a good night.